In this video, we're going to start talking about alignment, line spacing, and margins. So first off, I look at this and say, I'm not really happy with the entire font situation. So I'm going to open up my font section, select the entire document, click inside of here, and type in Times space for New Roman, push the return key. Very important to push that return key or the changes don't take place. I'm also going to change my font size to 12 and then start the process of alignment. So in horizontal alignment, I don't have to have the entire paragraph selected, just have the insertion point inside of that selection. So I can align center, I can align left. Centering, I think, is going to look pretty good on this. Now, there's one other button on this row to demonstrate, and it's called Justify. When I do that, it makes the margins on the right-hand side perfectly even. Let me undo that, and you can see the margins are jagged. When I justify, that makes everything smooth. It does, however, change the amount of space in between the words. Generally speaking, don't use that one, but I wanted you to see it in case it was necessary for you. Now, as I continue to look at this, I can see that there is no extra space in between my paragraphs. That really isn't a problem, but my lines are too close together. So I'm going to select everything, Command A, and to make things work in APA format, I'm going to double space. Now, each of these lines now has a big amount of space in between it. Still the same space in between lines as in between paragraphs, which actually works very well to make things go. So we can make that double spaced. Now, in APA formatting, everything needs to be double spaced and everything needs to be Times New Roman 12. So I'm going to swing up here to my Format button on the toolbar and select Font. And I double check, yes, I have Times New Roman regular 12 point. And if I hit the Default button, any document that I open up, once I click yes, will have this as the standard font. Now, I also need to set this spacing to standard. So I'm going to come to Format my paragraph, and I would like my spacing to be double. That looks pretty good. So that's ready to go. I'll hit OK at this point, and then jump in, start looking at changing margins. So to change the margins, let me back up just a hair. I'm going to change this back to single space. Another tool that is very valuable to use, not in the context of APA papers, but perhaps in others, is to change the spacing before and after paragraphs. So as you take a look, I'm increasing the space in between my paragraphs, but not increasing the space in between individual lines of paragraphs. This can be a very useful tool, not for APA formatting, but for other uses. So that one does some really good stuff as we go. Now, I can also change the indentation of a paragraph. So I'm just going to click in this big paragraph here and indent from the left, and each time I click you can see how the entire paragraph moves over. I can also indent from the right and slide that in. Because it's not justified text, it kind of looks messy as it crawls in, but we can make those changes as we go. For APA formatting, you're going to want to set the first line indentation at 1/2 inch. So we've got that nice indentation to make that go for us.